Broadcasting from Tanuki, Kenya. This is the Me and Larry reality video show, LTL, editorial news. We might as well say weekend review, but it doesn't matter because this is January 9th, 2011. Yes, I'm still broadcasting over the airways. It's just a recording because our internet is slow out here, and how the world you gonna get something out here? Even CNN had to be recorded. So the thing is, you sophisticated people, especially in America, you just have to deal with what it is. Matter of fact, how can you deal when you don't have jobs opening? You only got private sector jobs. And they're trying to squeeze about 20 people to do some work in New York. So that's a little diplomatic cable to you guys. But anyway, the big story, and it's not about the Ivory Coast and their crisis, where Laurent Gbagbo is still sitting in the throne, and Qatar is on the outside, and everybody recognizes Qatar as the new president. But you know how Bobo's saying they doing an America thing like the 2000 in the United States, where the votes had already counted and Albert Gore had won it in 2000, only to say that Florida and Ohio was the only one that didn't finish their count. It's too late. It's done. He knows about American politics. That's why he used that playbook to become and stay as the president in that office. Nobody's not going to get him out of there, not even the United States. So, sorry about it, Mr. President, but as now your U.S. diplomat for Florida over to Africa. I'm thinking about Florida, screw them for right now. Sorry about that. For Africa, LTL is bringing you diplomatic cables. Right now, the big story, sir, is Southern Sudan and their referendum, sir, that they are getting together and they're going to be voting, and the poll stations will be opening from 8 o'clock in the morning to 5:30 at night. So that means they're going to be doing it for the next 6 days. In Kenya, 7 days, because they want to make sure that everybody voted who was refugees, like the Fuji for say, refugees, and they went to Kenya to live, and they are now voting there. So 8 o'clock this morning, the poll stations was opening in Juba and other places, only to have, of course, the first one to vote was Salvatore. Salvatore said, as he was riding down to the polling station on his horse, he was like, da-da, da-da-da-da. Da, 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 da. And he got off the horse, whoa, his black Arabian horse, and his he gave the horse a name. Guess what the name is? Of course, Salvatore. He said, "Oh, Salvatore." He got off, and then he tells the people in Southern Sudan, in the polling station in Juba, he said, after I vote, go. line up. As they lined up, of course they had the oldest lady to be really the first one, because the officials was very nice and considerate. They let the oldest lady to go ahead of them, and I mean, this is excellent, sir, Mr. President, sir, Barack Obama. It was excellent. She went there, she was able to vote, got out, everybody clapped for her. Excellent. It was excellent. Everything was good. And I showed on the earliest videos how the lines was very dignified in Juba, Southern Sudan, while in Nairobi, where they are doing voting, I know at the hotel, there's a hotel in Thika, on Thika Road, they are voting. It's kind of decent, not too many people there, and they still, it was respect. But at the Railway Club in Nairobi, it was not good. I know people got up at 5 a.m., got there at 5 a.m. Even people who was away from Southern Sudan had to go to the closest polling station, and that was in Nairobi, Kenya, sir. And the Railway Club, it's not respectful. You saw how many people was trying to squeeze in like mice in a small hole. I know this morning it was handled by the suspended Minister of Higher Education. William Ruto was trying to start it off first. And here's what he said. William Ruto want to extend our hospitality to you Southern Sudan people to come to the polling station in the Railway Club. We try to stop the people who works there and the outside sellers for trying to sell you tea and chapita. I tell them, stop your schemes, your evil schemes, your evil money-making schemes. They don't come to try to eat unless you give it to them free. Now you give me tea and chapita now, and stop your evil schemes. And that's what I did, and I make sure that you come and vote. Now come. And of course they did, and of course they have their, some want to have double standards or double citizenship for being a Kenyan citizen, but also they are from Sudan. Many of them cannot wait until it's passed and the separation begins, and they want to go back to Southern Sudan because they got the oil refinery, sir. And also, even though the pipelines are in northern Sudan, they have the oil refinery. They can go ahead and shut off those valves to the pipeline and charge northern Sudan money, because Southern Sudan is going to be lucrative in their oil and their water reservoirs. So they're going to have oil and water resources. John Kerry, the U.S. Senator, sir, came and spoke, and he was saying that Northern Sudan can make negotiation with the U.S. and start. But there's one thing, sir. Al-Bashir is maybe going to The Hague pretty soon. So while he's gone, who's going to be in charge? It may end up being anybody, and they could be easily influenced by terrorist groups. So we're going to keep an eye out on Northern Sudan, because what's happening, even last night reports that there was shooting along the northern border of Sudan. Sir, we must keep an eye out on Northern Sudan, because they could be easily influenced by other terrorist groups, even Al-Shabaab. So let's help Southern Sudan so they won't be fighting or being taken out by Northern Sudan. It's just like North Korea and South Korea, they reopened talks, but too little, too late. It's just like Southern Sudan, sir. Too little, too late. LTL, as your U.S. diplomat for Kenya and for Africa, sir. For you, U.S. President Barack Obama, this is the diplomatic cable report to you, sir. I'll be back during the day with latest reports in a diplomatic cable way on the LTL Editorial News Weekend Review.